Number 2, reading aloud your daily text.
山雀邻居第2章保护鸟巢。有一天，猫把鸟巢给抓下来，人们见到了赶紧上前保护鸟巢及幼鸟。鸟爸爸及鸟妈妈捕捉了很多的小虫和昆虫，喂食在巢穴中的幼鸟。不久，幼鸟们鼓起勇气走出。
Hi everybody, it's reading time, the second part of our class, not quiet reading, reading aloud, so you can practice your reading, speaking, and pronunciation skills. We have an advanced class today. I'll be reading the article aloud, and then it will be your turn to read. Here we go. Resident Chickadees, Chapter 2, Protecting the Nest. Early one morning, I heard chickadee songs that were more intense than usual, and when I looked out the door, I was startled. One of our neighbor's cats, Sid, a known hunter, was crouched on the ground directly below the nest. Intervention required. With a wooden lattice alongside the nest, it was going to be very easy for a cat to reach the brood. If threatened by predators, chickadees will abandon the nest. Given the likelihood of such a disaster, we made a booby trap by hanging a piece of foam mattress below the nest, which we hoped a cat would not attempt to climb. We also borrowed a water pistol from the kids' cupboard to keep any intruding cats away. The nest became increasingly active over the next couple of weeks, with our friends and families of all ages enjoying the show. We could watch the rapid and frequent flights of foraging parents bringing green caterpillars, small red worms, spiders, and seeds to their young. They had a good source of little caterpillars in our large linden trees, and at times we could see them searching for bugs between layers of wood in our planter boxes. If you looked into the nest, the gaping mouths of the growing young were all you could see, and the ongoing cheeps that sounded like, "Feed me," were delightful. Eventually, the babies were sticking their heads out of the hole when the parents arrived with food, and we knew the time for the first flight was close at hand. I secretly hoped that I'd be around for the big moment. And as an early riser, I thought there was a good chance. The parents started beckoning to the baby birds with their voices at this stage, waiting on the railing instead of going directly to the nest with the food. "You want it? Come and get it." The parents were encouraging them to break free of the nest. Now that's it for today's article. This is part 2 of our story about the little birds that built a nest close by the author's house, Linda Moore. And she's telling about how the birds had little baby birds, a brood of birds, and now they were feeding the birds, and they were protecting, the people were protecting the birds from the neighbor cat, who liked to probably hunt the birds and eat them. So they were having a wonderful time protecting the nest, watching the mother and father bird feed the little baby birds. And now they were starting to see that the parents wanted to see the baby birds start to fly. And I have a feeling that the next chapter, next week, we'll read about the baby birds starting to fly. Now it's your turn to do your homework. Read this article aloud. Even if you can only read the first or second paragraph, give it a try, and you'd be amazed how quickly your English will improve. Now that's it for this part of the class. Let's go on to the next part.